he's going to give a speech today at the VFW, the president is, saying how, hey, this is just like Vietnam. I can't think of a worse strategy, PR-wise. Yeah, you're right. And Vietnam was a frickin' disaster.
And it was incomparable. There weren't warring factions in Vietnam. I mean, I don't know, just implicit here is the president thinks we should have stayed in Vietnam.
I don't even think it's that implicit. I mean, he's saying if we had, there's a debate about whether we should have left Vietnam, and look at all the terrible things that happened when we left Vietnam. His implication is obvious, which is we shouldn't have left Vietnam. If you agree with that, you agree with the president, great. 12 people in America agree with that position. Yeah. And they're all absolute lunatics. I mean, yes, I know. There are still some right-wingers, and they're about 89 years old, who sit around on the porch going, yeah, we could have won if the liberals hadn't pulled us out. Yeah, we could have won. We should have nuked them. Okay, yeah, great. You want to appeal to those guys. I mean, those are the guys you've been appealing to all along anyway.
Yeah.
And that's a terrible strategy. You're going to say now that, hey, we could have won Vietnam, so let's stay in Iraq because Iraq is just like Vietnam? God bless. Go forward, man. Use that to your heart's content. I hope that's your new talking point. Hey, maybe Karl Rove was the guy keeping the White House together. I mean, he leaves and they come up with this talking point?
Yeah. I don't.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Bush's brain has left the building. Okay?
This idea of the Vietnam idea is about as foolish as an analogy. I mean, if you're going to draw conclusions about Vietnam, it's an argument to get out, not to stay.
He's trying to appeal to people who don't have any sense of history. Say, oh yeah, the Cambodian genocide happened because we pulled out, as opposed to the fact that it happened because we went in the first place. And I was just reading about the incoming freshman class into college. You know that they're born in 1989, and when they talk about the Berlin Wall coming down in the Soviet Union, they weren't even alive.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
It's ancient history to them. Yeah. They're like, the Berlin Wall coming down. I wonder what that was. Right? I mean, they know because they read it in the history books.
Yeah.
So for them, Cambodia and Vietnam, God, that is like, it might as well be the Roman Empire.
Ancient history. Let me just read to you what.
But let me just finish that point real quick, Michael. But the thing is, what they read in the history books was Vietnam was a disaster, and we definitely should have left. So if he's trying
universally, that's what it says.
Right. If he's trying to appeal to that crowd, then I think he's barking up the wrong tree.
Robert Dallek, a very prominent historian, biographer of Lyndon Johnson, says, it boggles my mind the distortions I feel are perpetrated here by the president. We were in Vietnam for 10 years. We dropped more bombs on Vietnam than we did in all of World War II in every theater. We lost 58,700 American lives, the second greatest loss of lives in a foreign conflict, and we couldn't work our will. What is Bush suggesting? That we didn't fight hard enough? Stay long enough? That's nonsense. It's a distortion. The disaster is the consequence of going in, not getting out.
Man, this is a terrible talking point for them.
Ooh.
God bless. Go forward.
Thank you, President Bush, for that.
Yeah. Who's the new guy in charge of talking points? Let's promote him.